Hollywood won't cast these 7 actors anymore.
Whose performance as Stifler in American Pie was so iconic that it actually hindered him from landing future roles. Sean stated in a 2010 interview, "I had so much fun and loved the character, but I don't want to be known as that character forever. Now I'm realizing that I probably will be known as that character forever."
Okay, but this is exactly the problem that I have with watching movies. I don't know how you guys do this, where you could see an actor in one film and then not care that they're in another film. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But if I see one guy in one film, I can't picture him in another film. It just doesn't make, like, The Rock. When I see him in another film, I can't get immersed in the film because it's just like, dude, I know this is like your alt account. You know, I know this is not really it.
Also adding in a Conan O'Brien interview that Stifler's basically all he's seen as when fans meet him in real life.
Do people, like, think you're Stifler? Do you have situations where people... No, people think that I'm my guy. Yeah. They think that I'm Stifler.
This made it difficult for Sean to land any role where he wasn't playing a douchey frat boy, although this wasn't so much of an issue at the start. He'd star in films such as Dude, Where's My Car?, The Dukes of Hazzard, as well as Role Models, finding success in each film with the American Pie persona. However, these types of raunchy teen comedies aren't all that common anymore, and with Sean William Scott approaching his 50th birthday, it's not difficult to see why he no longer has the same utility as he used to. Between 2019 and 2022, Sean didn't appear in a single production, yet he would return in a TV series called Welcome to Flatch, in which Sean still looks exactly like Stifler over 23 years later. Although Sean William Scott isn't the only actor with this problem, as Christopher Mintz-Plasse has been unable to escape the legendary name McLovin.
And he never will. That was just too crazy. There's just never gonna happen.
Ever since starring in Superbad. The movie was literally Chris's very first acting role, being cast for his unique nerdy appearance, which when plastered on a certain iconic fake ID, made him recognizable to everybody. It stated in a Vanity Fair interview, "The day after it came out, I was a nobody, 18 years old. I'd never done anything in my life. And then the next day I go to a Habit restaurant, and then someone across the way goes McLovin in front of like 40 people. Then I was like, oh, something is changing in the atmosphere here," leading to concerns from fellow Superbad co-star Emma Stone, who stated, "Is Chris Mintz-Plasse going to be called McLovin for the rest of his life?" Chris had found himself with the same curse as Sean William Scott, which is interesting as the two would star alongside each other.
They should start streaming.
Only 1 year after Superbad, where Chris played a character very similar to McLovin. More than half of his 5 most recent films have been voice acting roles, possibly done so he could disassociate from McLovin, yet on the trailer for his most recent film called Honor Roll, one of the top comments is still, "You know you're getting old when McLovin from Superbad now plays guidance counselor roles in teen movies." Despite being unable to escape the curse of McLovin, Christopher Mintz-Plasse has managed to find success in the music industry with his band called Main Man. When asked during an interview, "Do you ever feel pulled toward acting or music more than the other?" Chris responded by stating, "I would love to keep balancing the two. I think I'm very lucky and grateful for where I am right now that I can do both."
Do you guys think I can act? Or do you guys think I can do anything besides this shit? Absolutely not. Yeah, I agree. Like, no way in hell. Nope. Nope. If I wanted to get away from this shit, chat, where do you think I could go?
Would you hate to be known forever as Mizkif instead of Matthew Rinaldo?
Listen, I'll take either at this point, man. I'd rather be known as either of those things than what I'm known for, but...
Acting, you can work for 3 months and not work for 6 months.
Yeah, last person that came up to me, by the way, was at a Whole Foods. And they literally told me that, aren't you the guy who held the camera? And this guy looked like... It looked like... How do I describe what he looked like? He looks like he did not shop at Whole Foods. Like, I don't know why he was there. He was one fucking fat fuck. He was exactly who Asmon was talking about. And he comes up to me and says that.
So in that time, I love the momentum of music and everything that's going on.
It was 2 days ago.
The momentum right now is very musical. I kind of just go with the flow, and it seems as though Jim Carrey has taken on a similar attitude. In the early days, Jim Carrey had a never-ending list of cult classic films. The Grinch, The Mask, The Truman Show, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, even Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind was amazing. However, when was the last time you heard any hype around a Jim Carrey movie after maybe the second Dumb and Dumber almost 10 years ago? There's a good reason for this. Between 2016 and 2020, Jim Carrey took a 4-year hiatus from acting, which seemed to have been catalyzed by the death of his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, Sonic, but I mean, that's not anything crazy, is it?
Girlfriend
Did
in
Sonic do that well?
late 2015. The tragedy not only resulted in grief, but Jim Carrey also had to spend the entirety of 2017 embroiled in various lawsuits related to her passing. He was dismissed of any legal wrongdoing in early 2018, yet only 6 months later in a Hollywood Reporter interview, it was explained that Jim Carrey was an actor who had effectively renounced his own celebrity after stating, "I just didn't want to be in the business anymore. I didn't like what was happening, the corporations taking over and all that. And maybe it's because I felt pulled toward a different type of creative outlet." Jim Carrey instead began to focus on painting, and while he would return to acting for a brief period in 2020, he'd go on to state this in April 2022.
Well, I'm retiring, but I really like my quiet life, and I really love putting paint on canvas. And this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists. I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough.
He added that Sonic the Hedgehog.
Damn. I mean, it's true. To be honest with you, I think it's much better to go out, you know, on your top, or like going out as somebody that you're either, what is it, die a hero or whatever the fuck. I feel like he died a hero in some ways for his career. Like, he just, you think of Jim Carrey, you think like amazing performances all around. So yeah, if he wants to go out like that, I mean, that's fantastic.
Hedgehog 2 would be his final movie, and apart from a small appearance in the Weeknd's Out of Time music video, Jim Carrey has stayed true to his retirement. But whatever happened to Tobey Maguire?
I guarantee you Tobey Maguire cannot get a fucking film. No one wants him because he's just Spider-Man. You can't think Tobey Maguire and think anything else but Spider-Man. He's just too good at Spider-Man. He was too good.
As summarized well by
he's too good.
This comment, I don't care what other movies this guy plays in, he will always be Spider-Man to me. And while this is true for most Tobey Maguire fans, he isn't really typecast in the same way as McLovin.
I bet you he's also probably going to get he was good at young roles, but now that he's older, it doesn't work.
Or Stifler. He found success playing fairly unique roles in other films such as The Great Gatsby, yet since 2014, almost 10 years ago, he appeared in no more than 3 films and 1 episode of a TV show. Why? He's not a romantic lead, he's not an action star, he's not a comedic actor, he's not a Shakespearean. His boyish good looks were appealing in his 20s and 30s, but not when he's in his early 40s.
True.
Basically, Tobey Maguire has a limited range as an actor, and there aren't many roles for him within that range. Besides being fairly limited in terms of what roles he can play, Tobey Maguire has also found himself in numerous media scandals. In 2015, it was reported that Maguire won as much as 30 to 40 million from illegal poker games over the course of 3 years, with most of this money having come from a hedge fund manager
Damn, what the hell? Fuck.
who's now serving 10 years in prison himself for running an illegal Ponzi scheme. The poker games were organized by a woman named Molly Bloom, who wrote in her memoir that Maguire asked her to bark like a seal who wants a fish in order to earn a $1,000 poker chip. The poker game organizer added that she tried to laugh it off. However, the actor persisted and said, "I'm not kidding, what's wrong? You're too rich now, you won't bark for $1,000? On top
Is that bad? Is that worthy of
23-month roller coaster ride?
No, I don't think so. If someone walked up to you and said, "Bark like a seal right now for $1,000," how about if Tobey Maguire walked up to you, Dan? What are you gonna do? What kind of question is that? Yeah, I have to pay my taxes, chat. I'm gonna go fucking take a shit outside. You kidding me? Yeah, $1,000. Whatever.
of this scandal, there are
He's like a scumbag Mr. Beast at this point, you know? Bark for $1,000. Fuck yeah, I will.
YouTube compilations dedicated solely to Tobey Maguire getting angry at paparazzi.
I will never blame anybody for getting annoyed at the paparazzi. I will never blame them. I cannot care. Like, if you're gonna get annoyed with the paparazzi, I can't care. Like, they're fucking annoying. If they get in your face, they're so intrusive. And it's like, you fuck around and find out almost how annoying these people can be. I mean, dude, chat, they found paparazzi in people's bushes. They found them in their homes. Like, they can be so fucking annoying.
Although the main reason behind why he's disappeared from Hollywood is because he's busy making movies as opposed to acting in them. Despite having acted in only 4 productions since 2014, he's been the producer for 8 movies during the same time period, which is significantly more prolific than Taylor Lautner, who was blacklisted by Hollywood for a much more brutal reason.
He's too hot.
Lautner became an overnight sensation at the age of 16 after starring in the incredibly famous series Twilight, with his attractive physical appearance helping him to land the role and maintain an audience of dedicated teenage fangirls. Almost every Taylor Lautner interview focused on his body.
So everybody's talking about the scene where you drop your pants. How was that?
With the whole Team Jacob versus Team Edward fiasco helping Taylor Lautner to earn an estimated $40 million from the
Chat, were you Team Edward or Team Jacob? Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob? I was Team Jacob because the girl that I had a crush on was Team Jacob, and I was trying to get my dick sucked. So I was Team Jacob. I do remember that. I was supposed to watch those fucking movies with her, whatever the fuck they are. The Little House on the Prairie. I don't remember what they're fucking called. But I was supposed to watch that stupid dipshit movie. I didn't. In the end, she actually got another boyfriend who was a big Twilight fan.
The franchise. He was so famous that for 10 whole years, he didn't go to a grocery store, movie theater, or a mall, although over time this insane level of fame began to fade. The four movies he starred in after Twilight each failed to crack 6 stars on IMDb, the worst of which being described as a fourth-rate Hollywood thriller that bundles a lot of thievery from better movies, is entirely bereft of suspense or excitement, and features a leading man who absolutely positively cannot act. And by 2016, Taylor Lautner
No! No! Wait a minute. Am I in better shape than Taylor Lautner? Yeah? I actually am. No, chat. I've lost 30 pounds because of depression. I was 187 was my highest. I'm 164 right now. Shout out to depression and not eating for fucking 5 months. I had a meal a day to keep the fucking doctor calling me and telling me you're probably gonna die. So yeah. Shout out to depression. Really killed it. Almost. Almost. Chad, it's not roid fucking acne, you idiots. It's not roid acne. It's just acne from the roids. Don't put roids in it. That makes no sense, chat. Stop being dumb. Do I take steroids? Yeah. No shit, I take steroids. Are you fucking kidding me? You think I can look good without steroids? I'm ugly. No shit, I take so many steroids all day, dude. That's all I do, bro. That one meal I had was literally just fucking steroids.
Roid rant.
Roid rant. I think I lost my patience. Roid rant. Yeah, I'm on roids all day. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm gonna bring some needles to TwitchCon if you guys want to hit a hookup. Me and Canute are opening a booth. It's gonna be called the booth. And you guys can I'll fucking roid you up so you guys can feel it. Like, holy shit. Alright? Alright, boys? Little pups? You're gonna become fucking big pups now, right? You're gonna become Great Danes on this shit, I'm telling you.
Lautner had stopped exercising altogether, leading him to lose the body that had made him so famous in the first place.
And, you know, what happens when you don't want to see a gym is...
Wait, is that Taylor Lautner? Why does he look so different? Wait, did he get older?
Start losing the 8-pack. Seeing it online was very tough.
There's no way lemons are growing in that house. This has got to be fake, right, boys?
And being like, wow, he's let it all go. I was like, oh, man, did I really let it all go?
Oh, wow, did I wipe my ass this morning?
It'd be unfair to call Taylor Lautner's Twilight success lucky, as he definitely had to put in a lot of work prior to landing the role, but it did seem like he'd caught the right wave at the right time. The movie
Wait, she didn't shut the door.
Commanded a fit guy in his late teens, which Taylor Lautner suited perfectly at the time. However, this on its own was insufficient to ensure any long-term success. But while every person we've discussed so far has continued to land small roles here and there, it's time to talk about Cameron Diaz, who has
Yo! Oh my god, I forgot about Cameron Diaz. Sex tape? Wait, what?
hasn't been cast in a single movie since 2014. She found massive success with movies such as Shrek, Charlie's Angels, and There's Something About Mary, holding the title of the highest paid actress over the age of 40, while appearing in multiple films every year up until her disappearance. So what happened? Well, unlike most of the others we've covered in this video, Cameron Diaz's
Isn't it kind of crazy to think that Cameron Diaz was getting $20 million to produce in a film? Let's say that film took a year and a half, and some streamers for content for contracts are getting that much. So streamers are now getting paid more than fucking actresses, or as much as the top actresses. Isn't that kind of stupid to think? It's so dumb. Now, am I getting paid that much? Fuck no, chat. Fuck no. I get paid like a fucking peanut.
vanishing from Hollywood instead came from her end. She'd explained in an interview with Kevin.
Chat, what would you do if tomorrow you woke up and Twitch, it doesn't exist anymore, and the live streaming industry is completely gone? Like, everything's gone. I honestly think Nick would fucking smile. I think Nick would actually just smile. He'd be like, all right, we're good to go. He'd just go to Norway. Melania would do some vlogs. Yeah, Nick, yeah, true. What am I saying? Nick would immediately check LSF. First thing he would do. Watch TV? Oh. No, that I hope it stays. I hope you don't have to do that.
Kevin Hart, that as someone who performed at the top level of her field, she needed to spend every waking hour focusing on the craft, and she was tired of living such a singular focused life. Cameron Diaz has instead had a baby, written 2 self-help books, and launched a wine brand called Aveline, which seems to be much more than what Sacha Baron Cohen has been up to.
Oh.
After Borat grossed over $250 million back in 2006, Sacha Baron Cohen saw a steady decline in the performance of every film afterwards. The Dictator did $180 million, Bruno did $140 million, yet by 2016, Grimsby did only $28 million on a budget of $35 million, meaning the film lost $7 million, whilst prompting reviews such as Baron Cohen is a one-trick pony and his shtick has worn thin. In 2016, he stated that Hollywood would be too scared to make Borat today, explaining that the incredibly crude humor which made the movie so successful was better suited to when the—
That's so true. That is so true. Everyone totally would agree with that. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. Borat was so... Even back then, people were like, what the fuck's going on with this damn movie? Yeah, 100% Hollywood would want to make this nowadays.
The film was first released. The kind of stuff he pulled off in Borat is much harder to do in this YouTube/iPhone age, as Cohen himself admitted while doing press for this one. The same kind of problem can also be applied to Bruno in The Dictator, but it's the risky comedy in these films that makes them so entertaining to watch. On top of being more limited in terms of what jokes he can make, Sacha Baron Cohen has also been limited by lawsuits. He stated in a 2012 interview that he could no longer make movies like Borat and Bruno, as the movies I did up till now, they involved real people. At the moment, I think I have the Guinness World Record for the most sued actor in history, with Borat accounting for at least 7 of these lawsuits. Despite this, Sacha Baron Cohen did release Borat 2 in October 2020, which was purchased by Amazon for $80 million. So while it's clear that he is still finding success with these roles, it'll be interesting to observe the performance of his next original film.
Damn, dude. So, chat, what does that tell you? You can be a one-trick pony and still do really fucking well over the years.